my fifth question is, what is the most pleasing five-letter word? What is the most pleasing five-letter word? Pleasing. Happy. Okay, it's quite similar to happy. It's like what we do when we are happy.
Smile.
Smile. Right. So the most pleasing five-letter word is smile. So, I'm seeing that smile on some of your faces. And on some of your faces, you're like, oh, I'm just tired of my life. Some of your faces are, or maybe some of your faces are, I have seen so much in my life, now I am kind of like very tired. But I feel like smile is something which is really very important and which we should try to have on our face. And this is a jewelry which is free. Jewelries are quite expensive, but it kind of like changes our look. It makes us look more beautiful, more presentable. But smile is a jewelry which has no cost. Zero cost. But it would make you look the most beautiful person on planet Earth. So in Ramayana also, when you see, Ramji was quite happy. A lot of things happened in Ramji's life. Firstly, 14 years of exile. Then Mata Sita got kidnapped. Then Lakshmanji got unconscious. A lot of things happened. But the one thing which Ramji always had with him was a smile. Was that he was happy. So smile is something which is very important. And we should try to have this on our face always. Okay?
But we have to be careful. Smile on lips, but there is something hidden in the heart. You smile on lips.
Right.
Yeah, you can smile, but there's something different inside the smile. So I believe in, because I believe in smile, but I'm very, very scared about to smile.
Yeah, okay. So what I'm trying to say, like, it's not about you have to always smile 24/7. You cannot smile 24/7, you would have way too much pain in your jaws and you would be like, what the hell I'm doing, So you cannot smile 24/7. What I'm trying to say here, that see,
internal happiness.
in Ramayana also, Ramji, when Mata Sita got kidnapped, Ramji was quite unhappy. It's kind of like described. He was asking birds, animals over there, asking trees, where is my Sita? So what I'm trying to say, that you don't have to suppress your emotions. Never suppress your emotions. Well, there is a very fast data is transferring here. So I would love that if you could conversate after the session. So thank you so much. So what I was trying to say, that about smile only. So yeah, we should, I'm really sorry. So I was trying to say that we should not suppress our emotions. We should show it. But living in that emotion always could make our life way more miserable. If you are feeling sad, if you are feeling to cry, cry. But crying for an hour, for 2 hours, it's okay. But crying for a whole week, it's not okay. So suppressing your emotion is not the right way to do. But showing your emotion, it's quite right. But living in that emotion always is not right. If you want to live in one emotion always, have that emotion of peacefulness. So I was saying about that in Ramayana, Rami showed all kind of emotions. Firstly, happy. Secondly, sad. Thirdly, angry also. When he was about that in front of that ocean, and he was quite angry. So Ramji showed all kind of emotions, but he never lived in all those kind of emotions. That emotions were quite short period. So we should try to not live in that emotion, but to experience every emotion. See, if you are happy throughout your life would be quite, it would be quite boring. It wouldn't be that adventurous. So having all emotions is very important. If you sit with someone and they are sharing their life experiences and you are like, I've experienced a lot of things, but I'm very happy. I'm just happy. I've experienced just one thing, which is happiness. So it of emotions is important, but having that smile is also important. You know, not always we need to be very strict, very kind of like very stressed. So smile is something which can change other person's day also. You know, when the whole day is not right, but someone smiles and you're like, okay, your whole tension with just that one smile, you just forget what so bad happened on that day. So we should try to have that smile, and I would love that if you could have that smile throughout this session. So it would be quite all right. So there is also one very I really like kavitas. So there is very small kavita in Hindi only. So can I speak that? Yes. So it's about मुस्कान की कोई कीमत नहीं होती. मुस्कान it means smile here. If किसी का नाम होता है, I'm really sorry. But मुस्कान की कोई कीमत नहीं होती, मगर ये बहुत कुछ रचती है. ये पाने वाले को खुशहाल करती है और देने वाले को कुछ घाटा नहीं होता. ये क्षणिक होती है, मतलब बहुत कम टाइम वाली होती है. तो ये क्षणिक होती है, मगर यादों में हमेशा समाये रहती है. कोई इतना अमीर नहीं कि इसके बगैर काम चला सके. ये थके हुए के लिए आराम है, निराश के लिए रोशनी है, उदास के लिए सुनहरी धूप है, और हर मुश्किल की कुदरत की सबसे अच्छी दवा है. तब भी यह न तो भीख मांगने से, न तो उधार मांगने से, और न तो चोरी करने से मिलती है. हर एक शब्द को ध्यान से सुनिएगा कि तब भी यह न तो भीख मांगने से, न तो उधार मांगने से, न तो चोरी करने से, और न तो खरीदने से मिलती है. क्योंकि मुस्कान किसी काम की नहीं. सच में ये जो मुस्कान है, ये स्माइल है, ये किसी काम की नहीं जब तक आप इसे किसी को दे न दें. So also one more thing. Well, I had PPT ready. So over here there's one chart which kind of like shows that do you have problem? If you have problem, if you can do something about that problem, so why to worry? And if you can't do anything about that problem, then also why to worry? You know? So I guess worrying is not the solution for every problem, but sitting there calmly, peacefully, thinking about what we can do, what should be the next step, would be the right solution. So yeah. Now, my sixth question is, what is the fastest spreading 6-letter word? The fastest spreading 6-letter word. And do you want hint?
Screens or something like that?
No.
Publicity?
No.
Gossip?
Yeah, it's right. It's gossip.
Oh, gossip.
Yeah, gossip has 6 letters. Yeah, it's right, gossip. So yeah, we should try not to gossip around, as I kind of like mentioned in that story before also, that gossiping is talking about something, it's nice, but gossiping is something totally different, and we should try not to gossip, not to speak. And you can do this 3 filter test with your friend. If your friend is kind of like trying to gossiping and you are not interested in it, so you can ask 3 questions. Is that thing is good or bad? First question. The second question, that is it true or false? And third question, that is it beneficial for me or it's not? If you ask these 3 questions while when you are kind of like interacting with someone, so it would be kind of like a little nice. You could kind of like escape from this whole world of gossiping. So I mean, the only thing which we should try not to do gossiping. I'm not saying that don't do conversation with anyone. Sometimes we kind of like link conversation with gossiping, but do conversations which are very useful for you and for that person also. Now, my 7th question is, what is the most hard-working 7-letter word? And also, okay, I just forgot about, I'm really sorry, that 6-letter word about gossiping also, that what Mata Kekai and what happened between Mata Kekai and Mantra, it was quite about gossiping only. Mata Kekai, from this we can learn two more things. Firstly, Mata Keke asked advice from Manthara. So we should try to ask advice from person who are really nice. Because taking advice from a wrong person could change your whole life. Like it changed Ramji's life. And also Mata Keke's, everyone's life. So try to take advice from right person. And the second lesson which we can learn from Mata Keke and Manthara is that you should always try to be in nice company. Being in nice company is very important. Like, I'll give you an example. I'll show you something and you have to tell what it looks like. Is this visible?
No.
Okay, I'll show.
Yeah.
Yeah?
B.
Okay. So what this is looking like? You can all
B or 13?
B or 13. Anything else? O. Okay.
B.
B. Well, yeah, it's kind of like O. Yeah, half O.
It looks like Danush.
Okay, it looks like Dhanush. Sorry. Anything else? B, 13, Dhanush, Om.
No, you tell us.
Okay, now I'll tell you. Okay, now, okay, I would like you only to give the answer. Now, what is this looking like? No, the middle one, which we were kind of like trying to find out.
B.
B.
What do you think it is? It could be Dhanush, but it could be Om. But what is this?
Letter of the alphabet.
B. Now, how did you came to this conclusion that this would be B? Earlier, we were kind of like thinking that it could be Om, it could be 13, it could be McDonald's logo upside down. It could be. We were quite confused that what this thing could be. But the second I showed you that second image, the thing was clear in our mind that it would definitely be B. Why? Because we saw A and C. So this is the power of association. Who you associate with is very important. And there's a very famous quote that show me your 5 friends, I'll tell you who you are. Yeah? So it's very important to have good friends, to have people around you who really loves you, who truly wants you to be successful in your life, who really wants you to be a very nice person. You know, so always try to have a really nice friend circle, a really encouraging friend circle who kind of like always encourages you to do something better, to be a better version of yourself. Most burning 8-letter word, which we sometimes have. Jealousy, right?
Sorry?
The 8-letter word, which is most burning 8-letter word, which is jealousy. We should try not to be jealous of someone. You know, as in Ramayana again, we'll come to Mata Kaikeyi and Manthara. Mata Kaikeyi was quite jealous. You know, after talking to Manthara, when she was kind of like thinking at that point of time, she was quite jealous that my son would get nothing. Ram would get everything. He would be the prince. He would be the king, not prince, but the king of this whole big kingdom. So Mata Kaikeyi was quite jealous. So we should try to escape from this emotion. We should try not to have this particular emotion in our life. So yeah. Now my 9th question is, what is the most powerful 9-letter word? The most powerful 9-letter word.
Strength.
Strength. Well, yeah.
Obedient.
Laughter.
Obedient.
Obedient. Yeah, it's right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, it's also very nice. Patience. Well, it's not 9-letter, I guess.
Apologize.
Apologize. Okay. Faithful. It's very important being faithful. Thankful. Yeah. Okay, so I'll give you a hint that this is something which could change the whole world. And it is the weapon also.
Useful.
Okay, I'll tell you. It is knowledge. Well, you were also quite alright, like obedient and everything. But knowledge is something which could change you. And for this, it's very important that knowledge have no age limit. You know,
Yeah.
Ramji, Lord Ram, he is God himself. But then so, he went to Gurukul to get that knowledge. You know, if Bhagwanji is also, if a God is going to a place to get knowledge, so it's very important to have knowledge in our life. Krishna ji also, he went to Sandipani Rishi's ashram in order to have that knowledge. So I mean, knowledge is very important. And secondly, there is no age limit. At any age, from anyone, you can have that knowledge. And knowledge is also the weapon which could change the whole world, or it could ruin the whole world.
Take knowledge. Because
Right.
whatever you gain, that goes with you.
Right. And also, from this point, I just remembered a very small thing which I was reading a book, and in that book it was written that if I have an Indian currency, with that Indian currency, if I want to buy, let's say, an apple, so can I buy from Indian currency
In this country, no.
in this particular country?
No, you can't.
No. And if I try to buy an apple from India, but with euro, with pound, can I buy it?
I think so, yeah. People would love that.
Right, it's right. But if that apple kind of like cost almost around 1,000 rupees, well, it's very much for an apple, but we are thinking like we are just imagining, so we can imagine anything. So let's say that apple is 1,000 rupees, and that person is just giving 1 pound,
No, that's not enough. No, it's not enough.
even 2 pound. It's not enough.
No.
So I mean, every country have their own currency, which kind of like runs in their own country only. So when we go to Bhagwanji's house, you know, after a certain age limit, there is a currency over there also. Do you know what that currency is?
Karma.
Karma. So when you are like, Bhagwanji, you know what, I have earned way too much. But Bhagwanji is like, over here, nahi chalta. It doesn't work. You know, nahi chalta. Like, यहाँ पर जैसे इंडियन करेंसी नहीं चलेगी, इंडिया में यहाँ की करेंसी नहीं चलेगी, वैसे there is a particular currency over there. And that currency is not money. That currency is nothing materialistic. That currency is good deeds. That currency is kindness. That currency is being honest. That currency is making other people laugh. That currency is treating everyone nicely. So if you have these currencies in your life, it would make your life even more better. Not your life, but your afterlife. You know, our life is kind of like better now only. But if we want to make our afterlife way more better, way more luxurious, so for that, the money over here, the materialistic money won't work. We have to buy the currency. So now you all get that secret, you know what currency works over there. Or maybe you might know that, but this is kind of like I'm just giving you a reminder. So that you can use that currency, and when so you go over there, you're like, Bhagwanji, you know what, I have that currency which works over here. It's the last question, and we are coming to an end of this session. The most powerful 10-letter word. Most powerful 10-letter word. Okay, now I'll tell you. I'll give the answer for this question. You have given the answer for 9 questions, so it wouldn't be fair. So the 10th answer is connection. Connection or maybe networking is very important. Like how Ramji did networking in jungle also, in forest also. He connected with different person. He connected with Hanumanji, with Sugriv. So connection is very important. Well, networking is quite different, But not networking, but what I'm trying to say, connection is very important. So yeah, just try to use your connection. So yeah, I think I had this few points in my mind and I thought it would be really nice to share